You break down the door. First, your friends throw a flash bomb. Then you go inside. 3 seconds. You examine the room. Left corner, right corner, behind the door. Are you dizzy? No. Are your hands shaking? No. Are you scared? Never. Because you've done this move 1,000 times. Exactly 1,000 times. There's no sound in your head, no thoughts, just movement. You chose this. You chose to run towards the door everyone else was running from. You swore to protect the city, Los Angeles. 8 million people who didn't know you existed until everything went wrong. You're an LAPD SWAT. And before you broke down that door, you spent 3 years of your life preparing for this moment. But how did you get here? What hardships did you endure? Let's start from the beginning. It all started with a routine police academy application. You were in line with thousands of others. Physical test, written exam, psychological evaluation, lie detector. You passed it all. You became a police officer, but something was burning inside you. Sitting at a desk writing traffic tickets, that wasn't what you wanted. You wanted more. You couldn't quite describe what that more meant, but you knew it was out there. You spent 2 years on patrol, a good record, a clean jacket. Then one day your sergeant pulled you aside.
Have you ever considered SWAT?
You couldn't sleep that night. Even the application process alone takes months. A thorough background check, even an interview with your 3rd grade teacher, a 2-day psychological screening, a physical fitness test that shakes even those who feel fit. 6 out of every 100 applicants are selected. Can I do it? Can I overcome this challenge? You think? You're thinking about your career, a prestigious profession everyone dreams of. You're cool. You're powerful. LAPD SWAT training facility, Elysian Park. Day 1. The instructor looks at each of you individually and says one thing. Getting here wasn't hard. Staying here is hard. There are 12 people in the room, all from different units in Los Angeles. All volunteers. All the best in their units. But that doesn't make you special. Not yet. First week, no sleep. 72 hours awake. The goal isn't to break you. The goal is to watch how you break. Who panics? Who freezes? Who silently falls apart? The instructors don't write it down. They memorize it. Day 3, the man next to you collapses. He was stronger than you, maybe smarter. But at that moment, he was sitting on the concrete floor and couldn't get up. He said nothing. He just sat there. The instructor came. He said one word. It's over. You never saw him again. The physical training isn't what you expect. It's brutal, relentless, running in full gear at 5 in the morning, sports, boxing, jiu-jitsu, throwing, shooting practice. But the hardest part isn't the physical part. The hardest part is making decisions under pressure. They give you a scenario. There are hostages inside. The suspect is armed. There are civilians in the building. You have 4 seconds, make a decision. Wrong decision, the scenario resets. Again, until the right decision comes automatically, without thinking, without hesitation. One afternoon, an instructor tells you something you'll never forget. Thinking is a luxury. You don't have that luxury on the street. Your body will decide. Your brain will only approve. 6 months from now, you graduate. 12 people are reduced to 7. You are one of those 7. Something changes the day you put on that dark blue uniform. You can't describe what it is, but your spouse sees it. The first week, she drops you off at the facility and looks at you for a long time before saying anything. Your eyes are different. You smile, but you know she's right. And then the real part begins. The first call, gang-related barricade, South Central, narrow streets, old houses side by side, children watching from the sidewalks. You prepare. You check everything. Gun, vest, radio, helmet. You get into the armored vehicle. Nobody speaks because there's nothing to say. The plan was ready. Everyone knew their role. The vehicle stops. The door opens. You run. When you reach that door, you have only one thing on your mind. Inside. Everything outside disappears. The door breaks down. A stun grenade explodes. You go inside. 3 seconds. You clean it up, and then everything stops. There's a man in the corner. No gun, hands in the air. He's trembling, terrified. And beside him, on the ground, is a woman holding a baby in her arms. She's not looking at you with hatred. She's looking at you with pure terror. That look, you carry out the operation. You're calm. You're professional. But that look, without permission, settles somewhere inside you. Mission accomplished. Suspect apprehended. Clean operation. But that night, sitting in the car on the way back, you notice something. Your hands are trembling, not during the operation. Afterward, your body releases all that tension at once, a delayed tremor. Is this normal? You ask yourself. You already know the answer. Normal. Years pass, dozens of call-outs, each one different. Each one leaves something behind. Active shooter, bank robbery, kidnapping, domestic barricade, terror threat. Each has its own sound, its own smell, its own minutes, and in all of them the same thing, the road to that door. During training, someone once asked the room, "What scares you most?" Most guys answered, "Death, getting shot, wrong call." You stayed quiet. Because your answer was different. You didn't say it out loud. What scared you most was this: one day kicking that door and finding the wrong person on the other side. An old man who couldn't hear the announcements. A teenager who grabbed the wrong item. A mother trying to protect her kids. That fear never went away. It never will. But that fear made you more careful, not slower, more careful. There is a difference. And yes, there are good parts too. You walk into a gas station in your uniform, and the kid behind the counter stares at you like you're something out of a movie. You respond to a school, and the children line up to take photos. People shake your hand in the parking lot. Thank you for your service. Thank you for being here. You don't always know what to say back, but it matters. It fills something that the hard nights empty out. You are the face people want to see when everything falls apart. That means something. Most SWAT officers don't talk about this. When you get home, what do? You open the door, take off your boots, maybe make some coffee. Your wife asks, "How was it?" You say, "Good, good." You close an entire day, that door, that woman holding her baby, those trembling hands in the vehicle. With one word, everything you saw, everything you carried, locked away with a single syllable, because there's no other way to say it. The words don't exist. Or if they do, no one on the outside can really hear them. Both roads lead to the same place. This is what it means to be an LAPD SWAT officer. To be chosen from thousands, to give your all for 6 months, to run into hundreds of doors that no one else dares to run into, and then to come home and say, "Good, these men and women are somewhere in this city every day, on a street, in a car, in front of a door. You don't see them, but they're there." And as you watch this video right now, somewhere in Los Angeles, someone is putting on that dark blue uniform, checking their gear, and getting ready to run. No fear, no hesitation, because they signed up for this. That's who they are. Good night and bad night. This is what it means to be an LAPD SWAT officer. If you watch to the end, write one word in the comments: breach. Nothing else, just that word. Let's see who actually watched to the end. And if you benefited from this, subscribe. In the next video, tell us in the comments who we should cover. Goodbye.